is Bots for Broadcasters with Stephen and RJ. Hello, RJ.
Hello, Stephen. How are you today? You live streaming madman.
I feel like that sometimes. We've just finished a show with Brigetti and Tina and Angeline, and I was fortunately in the production centre, actually just keeping things ticking over. But that was a great show. Really enjoyed it. A lot of useful information given out on day 3 of 5 days live. And I am really looking forward to Friday when you and I are together on 5 days live with the inimitable Annie Mura, and we can get together and we can actually chat about promoting your show, which is not to forget the show tomorrow, which is all about camera confidence, but we'll plug that later. Now, I said to everybody that, Tish is with us. Hello, Tish. Live streaming madman. Okay. And how are you feeling, Stephen? I'm going to get through this show. I am going to get through this show. I am going to get through this show. RJ is going to pull me through this show. Now, our good friend Fonz over Christmas caught the flu, and he's been out of action for over 2 weeks. I'm hoping to be out of action for less than that. In fact, I haven't been out of action yet. So that's good. And I wanted to be here especially today because it is, welcome to the show, everybody. This is Bots for Broadcasters. And, well, most things happen by accident. I was surfing yesterday, procrastinating, if you will, and I was looking at messenger bot groups, I have to be said. So I'm doing surfing with a purpose, and I came across a link to a website which has bots on it. And we tried one of the bots out yesterday and decided that it was rather spiffy and it worked. So we're going to get together with the company. We're going to ask them some questions. We're going to get to know who they are and what they're doing. And next week, if all goes well, we'll actually tell you who they are. For the moment, we're just testing. So what happens during today's show? Well, there you go. This is our first bot today. This is new. When you now type a comment during the show, as John Upton has done, as Fonz has done, as Tish has done, you will, when our bot wakes up, get a reply. Now, this is absolutely, well, it's tied to this one post that you're looking at now. But the first time you make a comment on the post, you'll get this notification with a small call to action to like the Bots for Broadcasters Facebook page. But in addition to that, you'll get a message in Messenger. And to me, that is a great way of actually doing things, because one of the things we've got to do is when we're doing a live show is we've got all the comments flowing through and we try to feature them on screen, but we're going to miss some. Up until now, we've had to go back manually and go through the comments, and we know we can reply from Messenger, but it's a long-winded process. With this new bot, every time somebody makes their first comment, and only their first comment, you'll get a response on Facebook so that you know that we know you're there. I think that's right. And in addition to that, you'll get a message in Messenger to actually start a conversation with us on the Be Live in 5 page. So that's our first bot. And it's just, we are checking into it, but from first appearances, when we looked at it yesterday, it does appear, as we would say in the UK, to have legs. RJ.
Yes. So, so Stephen messaged me and said that he had found something brand new, and of course I had to check it out immediately. Happy New Year to you, Claire. Good to see you. So I had to go check it out immediately, and it's very, very interesting. So the question is this: I will put this out to the audience. What if every time someone left a comment on your Facebook page, they got a message back? That's sort of, that's what I'm gleaning that this bot does. And I haven't had a whole lot of time to look at it. But but it's not if somebody likes something, if somebody actually makes a comment. So that to me is very interesting. Because for me, what I want to do is everyone that makes a comment, I want to send them a message to say, hey, if you want to check out how a bot works, click this link. Happy to see you. If you want to check out how a bot works, click this link. That's what I would like to do, because of course I build bots, but I think it's very interesting to also, maybe another alternative to that would be, hi, great to see you. What brought you to the page today? How can I help you? What if you had that kind of a message, responding to every person who commented on your page? Now, some people are like big fans and comment a lot, and you don't want that message going to them every time, because it's going to take something that feels personal and make it into something that's really impersonal. So Stephen, what he has done is he's set his message to only come one time to people, which I think is cool. Yeah, can you help by typing a comment? So I have a list of questions to check out. And one of the questions is, how well or not well does this work with ManyChat? It probably doesn't work. I mean, people don't design their systems to go together like that. I'm sorry, Stephen, you go right ahead.
It does work with ManyChat. Basically, what happens is that when we send people to Messenger, we normally ask for a confirmation. Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't done it today, but in the message, you could say, please type yeah to continue. And that then will bring in the ManyChat Messenger bot to whatever you've linked that keyword to. Yeah. So you set up a keyword in ManyChat. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The message that goes out from here now would have that keyword in it, and ask the user, viewer, participant to type that keyword, and they would then kick off a ManyChat sequence.
Yes.
Yeah. That works.
So that's how ManyChat works now. It's basically a double opt-in on the comment growth tool.
It is, yeah. It has to be, yeah.
On the so my question is, okay, how would this work with this system that we have found? And if you would toss the name in there, know that if you go to this spot and check out this bot, this is something that we are looking at, and have not put the stamp of approval on yet. So please use at your own risk if you feel like doing that, or just wait for us to come back with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But thinking about how, this AutorespondBot, gosh, using that to start a conversation with somebody is very exciting for me. Whether it's on a live stream or it's not. And usually, honestly, with most of the I rarely get comments on my Facebook page that are not in a live stream. Yeah. And most of us rarely do, because as we know, unless you're paying for Facebook ads, nobody's really seeing your page content anymore.
That's very true.
Unless they go directly to the page and go, I wonder what's happening with black belt bots today. Nah, nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that.
There's a scenario here. I mean, basically, on our pages, we're building up a library of videos, and we have no control over when people watch them. But if people watch and like an old video and then comment, we'll actually know about it. They will get a message welcoming saying, come join us, and that's the start of a conversation. So even your old posts come into play more than, it's not just passive, it becomes interactive. And if a video that you recorded, this is case to point, one of the videos I did back in November got a comment yesterday. Yeah. Okay. Now, in a normal run of things, it's difficult to actually pick that up, but using AutorespondBot, they're taken to Messenger, and you can't miss it, really. Yeah. So there are all sorts of things possible here. The reason that we're holding back on actually pushing it out is that we have made contact with the two gentlemen who actually designed this bot. We know it's been around about 5 to 6 months. We know from our many chat experiences, and RJ knows this back to front, what we can and can't do with a bot, and what we have to be sure of is that it keeps within Facebook's terms and conditions, because you don't want to let a bot loose if it's going to create havoc and upset Facebook. So we want some reassurance on that. We're hoping to get it. We're in direct contact with them. We're hoping to bring them on the show, if not next week, the week after. But in terms of operating your Facebook page, it means you can put a lot of it on auto. And certainly with the live video we're doing now, where you're getting a reply, you're actually getting a standard reply, which I wrote, but we could make it so that it actually triggers a keyword. As you actually type a keyword, and you can actually get the message, a different message. Yeah, so they can be personalized. All sorts of things are possible.
There are a lot of things possible. I'm thinking about my coaching friends right now, which I realize that's some of them live stream, some of them don't. But I'm thinking of some of my coaching friends right now and how this could help them, get it. I mean, it's a very quick conversation starter. It's not the type of thing that I would build in ManyChat, like a mini course or, keep messages short and closed-ended, especially on live stream. Absolutely. You don't necessarily want people to be reading a long involved thing when your intention is to have them watching, because people cannot read and watch at the same time. They cannot. They're either doing one or the other. So good advice, Sebastian. It's interesting. I wonder. One of the things that I'm wondering is, can you turn it on and off?
Oh yeah, you can. Find some questions. If I know the answer, I'll give it. If I don't know the answer, then we can ask and add it to our list. So that's a good thing to do. Mm-hmm. So RJ and I are just talking about questions that we're going to put to the creators of this bot, so that we can actually recommend it to you. Mm-hmm. So yes, if you repeat that, then that would be good.
Repeat that question.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah. So what I'm wondering is, because I'm pretty happy with how ManyChat works. So I'm wondering if I could turn it on just when I'm not doing a live stream, and turn it off when I'm doing a live stream.
Right. Essentially, you put together a template, and that template can either be switched on or off. So you can pause it. And it's just a simple pause button that allows you to turn it off. Now, I've got 4 templates set up already, and I've done that in the last 24 hours. And at the moment, 2 of them are working and 2 of them aren't, because I paused 2 of them. The first one I paused was on the live video hub, because I'm very, careful with the hub. So I switched that off permanently until we get answers to our questions. But I switched off the BLIFbot one, where we're actually broadcasting from today, because what I didn't want to do was to have everybody getting 2 messages every time they typed 1. So that's paused until after the show. It will come back on after the show, and after this show, if anybody types a comment anywhere on BLIFbot, they will get a reply and they'll get a message. Yep. So you can pause it.
You can pause it. Okay, that's good. Because to me, the added value here is all in people leaving comments on my page when I'm not live streaming.
Correct.
Now, here's a question that we might want to ask the developers. And folks, if you have questions that you would like added onto our list to ask the developers, please put them down so that we can ask for you as well. We would be happy to do that for you if you don't want to message them yourself. So here's another question. I know that Facebook, the comment growth tool, cannot do more than one keyword at a time. I'm wondering, A, if this bot tool will allow keywords.
That's a good one.
So
I don't know
if
the
it's,
answer to that.
yeah, because one of the things that I've really been wanting to do in ManyChat is to say, because I kind of got a couple people confused yesterday. So I did a live stream yesterday. I interviewed my friend Jay Fazette. A lot of folks saw it. It was a great interview. And what I wanted to do was have the thing that I always have set up, which is if you type live during one of the Black Belt Bot's streams, you type live, you'll get into the bot and you'll get reminders of when the show goes on. Fantastic. So I wanted to keep that going, but I also wanted people to be able to type another keyword. Where can we get more info on ManyChat? It's ManyChat, like many. Yeah. Steven's going to flip the links up for you. So I wanted to keep what I have going, which is you type in the word live and you get subscribed to my bot and you get reminders. Wanted to keep that going, but at the same time, I wanted to say to everybody in the audience, whether you're subscribed or not, type the word J, because that's the name of the person I was interviewing. Type the word J and you'll get his information, and you'll also get a free gift from me, which was the chatbot cheat sheet. So I wanted to be able to do that, but of course we know that the comment growth tool for ManyChat doesn't allow more than one keyword. Now,
That's true.
So I'm wondering, if this particular bot is tripped by any keywords at all, and if it is, can we have more than one behavior go on at one time?
Good question. Good question. I'll add that to our list when we ask the guys. There are facilities to put keywords filters in, so we can filter for certain keywords being made within a broadcast. I mean, operationally, the one that's working today is well, there are two. No, I've got 4 bots working today, RJ. I'll just run through them quickly.
You wrote me that, and I thought, but yeah, I thought I would just be I thought I would be a smarty pants and answer. But is that nearly enough, Stephen? Yeah, but I didn't.
No, you didn't do that. You didn't do that. So I'm very, very grateful for that. First bot is a ManyChat bot, and you can type guest to join us on camera. What will happen when our new bot sees that? I don't know, but as far as ManyChat is concerned, you should be able to type guest and be sent a link in Messenger, which allows you to join RJ and I on screen, and you're more than welcome to do so. The second bot we've got running is the one that you're all experiencing today, where you're getting a reply automatically, and that's the AutorespondBot, and that is the new one, and that is the one that's going to be, I've written it down, so I'm going to put it on screen, RJ, because I think that this is a game changer, because of something that is potential to be, once it's run through our inspection.
Yes. If indeed they're following the Facebook terms of service, because here's my fear is, I mean, in order to recommend this, I have to check it out. I have to, get under the hood and look at what they're doing and make sure that my clients are not, because I want to recommend it to people. I absolutely want to put this onto people's page because it is a game changer. But I absolutely need to know, because if they indeed are following the Facebook terms of service, my second question is, how come it's so different then? How come setting a comment growth tool up in this particular system has so many requirements? Like ManyChat, if you've never done this before for your show, and if you want to set up the ManyChat growth tool, I recommend taking the class that Stephen and I made. We've got a link for you where it will only cost $10. Stephen, if you'll put that in the chat for people. It'll take you step by step through how to do that and give you templates and all kinds of value there. But if you've never seen that the interface before, it requires you to do a lot of things. It requires you to put a message inside your Facebook show post that says that if you reply with a certain word, that you will be notified in Messenger. You have to confirm that you have that statement in there, or they don't let you set up the growth tool. The second requirement is a double opt-in requirement. So if you type in guest right now, the bot will send you a message that will say, hey, so super stoked to have you on here. By the way, type yay to get the link. I can't remember what exactly it is you say on that, Stephen, but I'm paraphrasing everybody because I'm on the
yay is good.
Yay is good. So secondarily, you have to have that second opt-in of typing another word, and it's only after those hurdles are passed that you can set up the growth tool. And it's not just hurdles that we have to set up, it's hurdles for the user too, because they have to type in more than one word to get connected. So my question is, and this is the big one for them and for the world, this tool has none of those requirements.
On the face of it, not, no.
No, it has none of those requirements. It's just basically saying if you type in anything on the page, you will get contacted immediately. There's nothing more that they have to do. And truthfully, when I'm trying out the tool, but like looking at their website, it's unfortunately written. The wording on the website is all, oh my God, you get leads automatically. Oh my God, it's all, it's very all caps in 7th grade. And I wish they wouldn't do that, because it really does not, it makes them look not quite as legitimate as they could be. Because I mean, I agree. If they can show me they're following this terms of service.
Yep. Well, I think that quite possibly, and I'm using a bot text. ManyChat says you've got to put that in, as RJ said, that's got to be in every post that has a bot running against it. And we do that every time we do a show and we've got a bot running. We tell you there's a bot running and we say, type in the comments, guest to come on camera, or FDL to find out more about 5 days live. And it's there, it's running, if you do one of those 2 actions. Now, with the RespondBot today, I've actually typed in RespondBot is working today. And if you type in the comments, you'll get a reply. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yep. I've done my own version of it.
Right.
Yeah. But it is a very legit question. And I think just want to come back to the thing that you just said there. I'm getting the feeling from the names of the gentlemen involved that English is not their first language. Their first language is marketing, and we need to they need to change things around a bit. I mean, they've got everything that we need, and it all appears to work, but they need to remove some of the hype, as you say, and actually a lot of the hype. Okay. Right, well, we're going to talk to them, and I'm sure they'll listen. Now, okay, so we're getting a nice list of questions, and Abigail is with us. Hello, Abigail. And
oh, I sure do. Black Belt Bots, my friend. Hop on that page, and if you hop onto any of my lives, type live in the comments, and you'll get reminders for shows. And there's a little mini course as well. If you want to be in my bot, there's a community to join. There's a whole bunch of opportunities. Come on board. Love to have you.
What you're looking for, because we can do this, is, I'll just take that comment off the screen. You're looking for the logo, which you see next to RJ there. As soon as you find that logo, you found Black Belt Bots.
Yeah.
Okay? That's it. That's right. Okay. Now, We, as a show, are going out on 12 different pages. And normally we have to say at this point in the show, look up above to find the link.
I know, right?
To
We've
where
been
we
trying
are.
to solve this forever.
Which brings us to a second feature of AutorespondBot. In that, basically, you can, if you're watching, just to play a game, if you're watching on the live video hub page, and you'll see the live video hub at the top, and there's no reason why you shouldn't, if you type something in the comments, could you, just to humor me especially, and RJ, could you type something in the comments on the live video hub, and then you'll be given a link to actually come over to where we actually are. Now, I've christened that the redirect bot, because it actually, basically, as soon as you type a comment, which is not on the live broadcast itself, it's on a copy of the broadcast, you're sent a message because you've entered something on that particular show. You're sent a message saying, sorry, you're in the wrong place. If you want RJ and Stephen to see you, click this link. Now, the number of times we've tried to go links up above and people can't see it because Facebook move it down and you can't see it where you are. So the redirect bot is the second feature of this new bot that we're talking about. And it does what it says on the tin. It's very simple and straightforward. You create your Facebook post, you create a template linking to that Facebook post, and you then say, right, okay, if you actually type a comment on that page, show this link. And it takes about 5 minutes to set up. And you can switch it on and off. You can update it with the latest links. Yeah. So if you want to change it, you just change the message and say, this is the new link. This is today, obviously Wednesday's show. If I'm doing it tomorrow, I'd put Thursday's show in there. Friday, I would put Friday's show in there. And basically what you're able to do is to take people from the wrong page to the right page in a matter of seconds. And all you have to do is comment on the show. So if you're watching this show anywhere, just comment. Because the other thing that we want to know about is double responses. Yeah. I'll explain what I mean. We've set it up. Sorry, I'm going to take ownership of this. I've got to really, because it's only fair. I've set this up in terms of what's happening today. What happens when RJ and I have been through it, that may be totally different. But I set it up today, so it should only answer you once. If you comment 2 or 3 times, you'd only get the one reply. So if you want to do a further test with us to check double responses, if you've had a message from the RespondBot when you typed the comment in the first time, can you type in a second comment and confirm that you didn't get another message? Because this is very important. Because what we don't want is to send out a message every time somebody comments. It should only message you once when you comment for the first time on a live video post. Now, think about this. In the scenario where you're the host of the show and you know that you're going to know who's actually commented, they're going to be in Messenger after the show, so you can actually start conversations straight after the show. But the other thing you're going to be able to do is to identify people who are actually getting more and more interactive during the show. So it's important. And if you could type a second comment, and Claire is saying, I think I'm there already. Hopefully you won't get a message, Claire. Thank you for helping and testing. This is cutting edge stuff, and we're just glad to be a part of it and say hello to Sean. I think there's always, whenever you're putting something together, it's like a jigsaw. Yeah. And we got Facebook Live, and that was great because we could see the comments on screen. That was the first level. Then ManyChat come along with their growth tool, and they say, okay, you can have it so that if people type a keyword, you can respond to them in Messenger. That perfect, works, no problem at all, and very stable. Now we're going a step further and saying we can interact with you whilst we're on screen, and we can give you information that is difficult to actually pass during the show. And then the other thing we've said is that if you're watching on the wrong page, you just need to type a comment and that will bring you to the right page. Right, okay, and we appear to be getting the all clear. Abigail is saying she's only got one hello message. Yay. And
Beautiful.
Claire is saying she only got one message too. So it's behaving. This is a good test.
Bots to behave.
Oh,
that's
good.
Another show.
Well, good bots and bad bots. We don't want this particular bot to be a bad bot. We want it to be well behaved, and it does seem to be. The backstory to this is that the developers of AutorespondBot developed something 4 years ago, based on Facebook postings. And they have an additional tool which they created 4 years ago. So we're not talking about somebody who just turned up 4 years ago. The software's still going. And it allows you to actually post to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. It's a sort of Promo Republic affair, yeah, or whatever you actually use. So they do have a history going back 4 years. And we're actually building their jigsaw at the same time. We're just trying to discover who they are. Because this, for everybody who's on BLIFe TV, this is a game changer. This could be another BLIFe advantage.
Oh yeah, I mean it really is, especially if we can get more than one keyword working at the especially if we can get the bot watching for more than one keyword. Because ideas are happening in my brain as we speak. So everybody, if this comes out as geek speak, I'll translate it for you in a second. But now what I'm thinking, Stephen, is what I could have done yesterday. And I didn't, well, you had just written me about it at the time. I wasn't able to check it out. But yesterday, what I could have done is set the ManyChat to the live, right? Getting that response, but then have this autoresponder bot look for the word J and get a different response there. Now, the tough thing about that is in ManyChat, I'm able to, when people typed in the word J yesterday to get more info about the person I was interviewing, when people typed in J, they would get, they would get more than just a little block of information. They got 2 or 3 messages, one that would, geek speak, I know, right? One that would give them more information about my host, but then I also had a free gift to give away, a PDF and all of that. So I'm wondering, how sophisticated are the messages? Are they as sophisticated as what I can build in ManyChat as far as being able to deliver information to people automatically?
That's a good question. We need to explore that. We've had the friendly message from Tish that we've lapsed into geek speak, which we try not to do, but we do it. We've got to do it occasionally because this is techie stuff, and we're getting to grips with it. And you're following our journey. This is part of our journey on discovering a new product, is to bring it to you to actually talk about it first. We'll actually show you it in action next week, and fingers crossed, be able to talk to one of the co-creators of it. So at the moment we've got a lot of questions, but we're answering one by one. And to go back to your ManyChat comparison, if it can do the keywords, it does 2 things. One, it can reply to a message on a keyword within the chat itself. And the second thing is, at the same time, it can send a message in Messenger. So it can say, thank you for asking the question. You will get a message. You will also get a message in Messenger, and then in Messenger it can say, "Thank you for watching the show. We noticed your question. Here is our answer." Yeah.
One thing that I'm setting some of my bots and some of my clients' bots to do is to look, where you can do keywords. I'm setting them to look for question marks.
Oh, right, okay.
Because sometimes people ask a question And it's a way out of, it's like they pop on and they ask a question. And sometimes, in a lot of my bots, I'll set up an ask a question button that people hit, and it notifies an admin. It notifies me in the background going, hey, somebody's got a question. And so then and then it sets a reasonable time frame. It says, oh, okay, well, we've summoned RJ and she'll be here just as soon as she, gets off the phone or something like that, whatever. And that's good, but sometimes people will pop on a bot and ask a question, and it's not part of the regular flow, and so I can't set that up in the background. But what I can do is when people kind of ask a question out of the context of hitting the ask a question button. When people ask, a random question that occurs to them, if I have the bot watching for a question mark. Now, people don't always ask random questions and put the proper punctuation in, but I'm only one person. What can I do? Anyway, there is an opportunity. I wonder if there's an opportunity there as well with this autoresponder bot, because when people are commenting on my page, they're not in my bot yet. And I can't have the keywords in ManyChat looking for a question mark. But I could set something up here.
Indeed.
You
could. Indeed, you could. You could
run your Ask bot off of that.
I could. Yep. Yeah, that would work wonderfully. And it could lead. I mean, what I'm thinking of is AutorespondBot takes care of everything on your page. So if somebody comments anywhere on your page, you can send them a message saying, thank you for your comment. Please look out for a message in Messenger. And then in Messenger, same time, it's another message saying, thank you for looking at my page. And I will get the information that you requested, or thank you for saying, whatever it happens to be. You can actually personalize that message to them, say, hello, RJ, thank you for looking at my page. Is there any way I can help you? And you're in charge. I mean, this is the misnomer, and this is the problem that we've had since the beginning of broadcasting for bots, is that people think bots are bad and that bots are automatic. Bots are not bad inherently, and they're not automatic. RJ designs. Sorry. Go on. I'm sorry. Go on.
The only automatic part of a bot is that you are setting up ahead of time. This is the timing that I'd like you to respond in, and this is the response I'd like you to respond with. Everything else is made by a human. Everything else, the actual response, you write that. If you don't want it to sound robotic, don't make it sound robotic. Make it sound like I like to introduce that people are talking to a chatbot very, very quickly, because the laws have started to kind of come down around that, because there are people that totally abuse this and pretend to be other people and do a bunch of really terrible things. I mean, every time you have a product, there are people who will use it for evil instead of good, right? Chatbots are no different. So I do like to introduce the fact that it's a chatbot, but it's a human response that was created by a human. No doubt. That's what it is.
And you can personalize it, you can make it friendly, and you can start a conversation. And looking forward to, after this show, having conversations with everybody who's commented. Not necessarily straight away, but certainly in the next 24 hours, you'll get a personal reply from us, from one of us, and we'll carry the conversation forward. And what I'm thinking of is that the two bots that we're talking about, the new one, the AutorespondBot and ManyChat, will meld together, and they will give you total control over your page. They will give you a very responsive system when you're broadcasting live. They will give you the opportunity to talk to people after the show without having to go through the comments and manually press reply and put in you know where I'm going with this. A lot of the legwork, which is necessary to actually start a conversation, will be done by the bot. Then as soon as it's in Messenger, you actually become personal and you actually start talking as yourself, and you can have a conversation, a meaningful conversation, but it was started by a bot. bots start conversations, they cannot yet have them. Thank goodness.
Yeah, we don't really want to build something that will take over the world Terminator style. That's not what we want to do.
No, that would not be good. I mean, even if we could, we shouldn't.
We shouldn't.
Because it's the personal touch, it's the ability to actually talk to people on a one-to-one basis private. Because the thing about Messenger is that all the conversations are private. I mean, they're started by a bot, but then the conversation becomes a one-to-one conversation. Nobody else knows what you're saying, and you can ask any questions you like, questions that you don't want to ask publicly about bots. And you can actually start a long-term chat, relationship, friendship even, all through Messenger bots. And it's just, we know that exciting things are happening in live video at the moment, but it's good that things are happening in chatbots too. Because what happens is when you get more than one company involved in providing a service, there becomes a competition between the two. At the moment, we have to say, and we know this to be a fact, I'm just looking for the name again because I'm going to bring it up on screen, is that AutorespondBot is in fact a well-kept secret. And it's working perfectly. RJ and I are going to ask questions, but it is something that we hope to run with. Well, let's put it this way. I'm a software guy. I write software. I write software for networks, desktop networks on Microsoft networks, Microsoft SQL. And I've been doing that for about 20 years now. So I know a decently designed product when I see it. And I love the graphic user interface on this. I love the way that it flows. And it's very simple and straightforward to use. So a day after actually seeing it for the first time, I signed up for it. And by signing up, I mean I paid money. I've paid dollars for this because I think it is so good. Instinct told me that. And I'm finding out that it was a good decision. As far as cost is concerned, we can tell you at this moment that it comes in 3 varieties, and these are one-off payments of $49, which ties it to 1 page, $74, which ties you to 3 different pages. And then if you've got more than 3 Facebook business pages or you're an agency, then there's the agency deal as well.
Yeah, that would be my deal. Yeah.
I mean, that's a one-off fee. I mean, we think that ManyChat at $10 a month is the best marketing spend you could ever have, because it's big power for small bucks. I think this falls into the same arena, and at a one-off fee, you can't really argue with that, especially as you get to try it free for 7 days first of all. Right? Okay, that's me. That's the spiel. Hopefully, I'll be saying exactly the same next week.
Exactly.
Fingers crossed as we do our investigation. And Tish is speaking to Gospel, and Be Live in 5, which I think Be Live in 5. Yours? It's not me. It's not you. So I'm going to say that's the wrong one. Brigetti is watching too, I think, or even David. It could be David. Right, so we've given you a sort of overview of the new bot that we discovered by accident. Most of the best things do happen by accident. You hear about them, then you follow it up, and in this particular case, it's one worth following. I have to be honest here that RJ is very patient, and most months I run along into the Messenger chat and say, RJ, I found this bot, it's super, and and then RJ says, right, okay, yeah, fine, okay. And she lets me go off and have a look at it. And then I come back and say, not that good. But in this instance, what I'm hoping is that we both agree. Yeah. So Gospel and Tish are still talking to each other. So we have a new bot in Bots for Broadcasters. We're testing it, and we're going to ask questions of the co-founders of AutorespondBot over the course of the next 7 days. We've made contact with them on Messenger, and they were pretty good. They replied within 1 business hour. which is pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And we're going to get a conversation going. We've got it going in Messenger. We're going to probably meet them on video as well, and hopefully bring them into a show. And I can see great things of this. Okay, this works. Now, you and I are together on Friday, aren't we? If I could find a picture, let's see if I can find a picture for Friday.
Yeah, we are on the air on Friday for 5 days live, interviewing Ani Mora of Repurpose.io.
Indeed. And there is the gentleman himself. I'm just going to hide that. You can catch us on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, 3 p.m. in the UK. I know I was going to make, well, I'll try again, shall I? From the beginning, RJ. Okay. You'll catch us 10 a.m. Eastern at 3 p.m. on Friday, myself, RJ, and Ani Mora of Repurpose.io. And one of our favorite topics is repurposing and promoting your business. And we'll be talking about that on Friday. And I'm sort of working towards actually being there on Friday, which will be good. All right, to catch up with Gospel. All right, okay. Gospel, I can find that if I go to my agenda. Gospel is saying, sorry, I'll show it on screen. Yeah, Gospel is saying that she couldn't find it. I've actually got the link properly this time. So I'm going to paste the link. That's the correct link. So go and have a look. There's a 7-day free trial, and you can link it up to one page, and you can set up templates. It's very well. I'm good. Right. Another show you can watch, just sort of winding down, is tomorrow, and that is going to be Lottie Hearn from Ireland, David Burrows from Canada, and Chora Piper from the States. So we're crossing continents here, and they're going to be talking about. Trying to read it, RJ.
Camera confidence and reputation building.
Thank you very much. Right, they're going to be talking about those two topics, and we invite you to join them 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. in the UK. And it's going to be a great show. I'll be sat on the sidelines actually producing the show. And if you got today's show, that was a gem. That was Brigetti and Tina and Angeline. And that was all about how to 10x yourself. And it was fascinating now. It's really excellent. And then they had an after show on Twitch, which is becoming a thing. The after show on Twitch.
Well, come to speak of that, are we doing an after show on Twitch today?
Can I have a rain check for today, and can we do it on Friday, please?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's yes. I do apologize. I'll explain in a moment. Right. Okay. Well, there we are. No, we're not. We've got 10 minutes to go. What can we talk about?
Well, excited about this new thing, and you know, willing to beat it to death. You know what I mean? Willing to just do whatever I need to do to figure out if this is something that my clients are going to want. It's, you know, it's so exciting on the face of it, but the thing that scares me is that ManyChat is doing things so very, very differently with this comments, you know, with the comment growth tool, that I wonder, how, you know, I need to know how we're staying within the Facebook terms of service before I can, you know, buy the agency license and start putting it on my clients' pages. I have one lady who she is launching a book on the 17th of January. She's going to want it for hers, obviously. And a couple of other authors that I work with, and some of the coaches, I think, absolutely are going to want this. And then all of the live streamers that I work with are going to want this. So exciting stuff.
Yeah, and I've got a thought which I'll share with you after the show, and we'll tell everybody next week whether it's a good idea or not, about how we can actually help these guys, because we know from experience that one of the things that we all have skills, different skill sets, and we're all darn good at them. So if people ask you to do a messenger bot, it's a no-brainer. You can do the messenger bot. If people ask me to produce a live show, I can produce a live show. But I'm going to speak for me, and you can add your 2 cents as well. If you ask me to do marketing, well, it's not my strength. Let's say that.
Right.
And I think we've got the same situation with RespondBot, that marketing is not their strength. So I think we can introduce them to some people who will help. And if they can be helped, then we can be helped too. All good. Right, and Claire's just saying that she's got to prepare for her evening clients. So Claire, thank you for joining us. We'll see you on the next show. Arjen will be back, and I will be back next week at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK, talking about broadcasting for bots. And there's a link to our course, which, as RJ said, was less than $10, 2 cappuccinos, and you can find out more about messenger bots. And in that course, bots for broadcasters, we've covered everything you need to know to get started. In other words, what we've tried to do at the beginning of the course is to take away the mystique and the magic and explain that anybody can learn to build bots. And we've given 3 example bots in the course itself, and you can see how they're deployed, why they are needed and the job that they do. You can see how they were created. You can see a template and a set of written instructions for each bot. You can just take the templates that an RJ and I provided, and you can create a bot on your page inside 5 minutes. Or, as we would both prefer, you can take 30 minutes to create your own bot modeled on our bot, and then you'll understand the full process. But the idea is that by the end of the Bots for Broadcasting course, you should know exactly how to create a bot for your page and how to give it your own personality. Now, we enjoyed making that course. Part of that course, just so everybody knows, was recorded on BLIFbot.tv, broadcasting to Twitch, where RJ and I got together for 40 minutes and we chatted for those 40 minutes, and then 3 of those 5-minute segments from that 30 minutes were taken and put in the course. So all we're saying is you can actually use BLIFtv and Twitch to create your Udemy course. I've stopped now. Battery's gone. Battery's gone.
Yeah, well, it's a great way to create a course, and the course is doing well, highly rated. So real grateful for that. That's awesome.
It is. We have a ritual here in Devisers that we sit down in the evening, and we sat down next to each other. And yesterday I was able to go sail 7 times. So, awesome. So if you're thinking of doing your own Udemy course, then
see Stephen.
Well, there's a course that you can take. It's a course about creating a course.
You should just see Stephen.
Thank you.
Oh, that's the course. Are you talking about one of your courses right now? Because okay, yeah.
And that's the course that several people are actually using a template to actually create their own Udemy course. And I'm looking forward to some great courses coming out this year, because I know that Cheryl has done the course, and she's got a course coming out. But you and I snowed at the moment, but we will have another bots course later in the year, won't we?
Yeah, we will. There's got to be, because there are all sorts of Twitch bots happening that can lead into messenger bots, the many chat accounts, and then there's this new thing we're talking about today. So always looking over the horizon.
Exciting times, and it's good to be involved, and it's good to be able to broadcast together, and for you to join us. RJ, it's over to you.
Well, thanks for joining us today, everybody. As we covered, there are lots of new horizons going on, and we're really excited about this. We're going to talk to the developers. Again, if you have any questions at all for the developers, throw them in the comments, and we will put that on our list to ask. We will be back either next week or the following, depending on how soon we can get together with them, and we'll fill you in on what they had to say, and whether we recommend this or not, and it will be very exciting.
Fingers crossed. Right. Okay. From Wiltshire in England, goodbye. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. And that is most definitely